So with this one, I'm checking the key line, and this ECU is not in the vehicle. So this ECU doesn't use CAN line, it uses K line. So I've set it up for the K line. And with the schematic with Hyundai, I can try from OBD and see the communication that will go on. So let me go OBD. So it's now searching for the OBD, and you can see the communication between the scan tool. So between the scan tool and the ECM. So now it is connected, and you can see it is connected OBD2, and you can see the communication going on that side. So with this one, the vehicle is communicating. Sorry, I said the VCI is communicating with the scan tool, and this is the communication on the scan tool. So you can see it. But let me change the time base on my scopes. So let me increase the time base so that I can get more. So this one also, let me increase the time base. This one is 50, so this one also will be 50. So now I've increased my time base, and you can see the communication. So let me go to live data on the schematic and see. So live data, let me select all and press OK, so that there will be continuous communication between the scan tool and the ECU. So you can see the communication going on. So at live data, this is where the scan tool will be commanding the control unit to get, or will be sending information to the control unit to get information from it. So this is the ECU. This is MT38. So the CAN lines will not be working. So only this K line will be working, and you can see the communication, and you can see the live data also. Now what I want to try is, let me go back. So close this and end the communication. Then let me go back and go to Hyundai. It will be the same communication. So it's Santa Fe CM. This 2009 2010 2.7 liter engine, and I can do any of them, it will work. So now you can see that the communication between the scan tool. So let me go to live data. So live data, and you can see there is a lot of communication, but you can see this communication is a bit plain, but this one I have to expand it, pause it and expand it before you can see the data communication going on with it. So you can see this one, and you can also see this. So this is the communication between the scan to the VCI and the ECU. So let me exit it. So I want to see the communication that goes on when you are writing any data. So with this one, let me select PCM flash. And with my PCM flash, I'm not going to use it with it. Now what Hotel have done is, Hotel have tried, and so for this VCI, now Hotel have sent an update for this VCI to be seen as a J25 device, and it is really good. So I'll do a separate video on that. But before that, let me do this one. So select it, and it has already been selected, and let me click on the identify here, and identifying it, you can see there is communication. The ECM is requesting for identification. It has been done successful, and you can see here that the identification has been done successful, and with the calibration. So let me go to read. Okay, and let me see the kind of communication that goes on. So you can see the communication that goes on, the data that the ECU is requiring from the data that the VCI is requiring from the control unit so that it gets access. So now let me change the time base. This thing is due to the time base. Now let me change the time base so that we can see more of the communication. No, it's really bad, but with this one now it's reading the data. With this one, when I change the time base, it will be a bit plain, just that it is slow, it's not as fast as. So this is the kind of data that is reading. So this is the kind of communication going on going on between the VCI and the control unit. So with this one, you can see that I'm reading the data from the control board, and this is for K line. So I'll try and see if I can find a control board which is CAN line, and also try and read data. So with this one, they are using the J25 protocol, but this is the protocol 52, but they are using the J25 device to get access. So the J25 device helps you, the ECU, like helps your VCI to communicate with the with the ECM. So the reason why I bought this type is because of the current in there. So the current helps me to know the moment I turn on the two power lines, it helps me to know if the ECU is dead or is alive, because if it is alive, it will be around 5 or 4 amps depending on the manufacturer, and the ECU type. So you can see that there is data transfer going on. So let me change this time base. So one thing I don't like about this scope is for the time base is a bit slower. So with this one, I'm just reading the data. So I'll wait for it to finish reading the data from the system. Then I'll find for a CAN control board and also do that. So you can see that with this one, the time base here is different. So now with this one, everything is done, and you can see there is no communication again. So it asks me to turn off. Let me turn it off, and let me click on OK. So I will not save it. For now. So what I'll do now is I'm done. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.